the June 8th meeting of the Board of Public Works and Safety. Roll call. Here.
Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No.
Approval of the minutes of May 4th. Did you get a chance to look at those?
I recommend we defer reading of the minutes.
And I'll concur. We moved down to correspondence, but I think there's one thing we'd like to do first. There's a gentleman in the audience representing William Riley and Daisy Andrews.
I have an affidavit that I would like to file, executed by Daisy Andrews.
Okay. Did you get a chance to see these, Chris?
No, I discussed this with Attorney Kurt, so I understand what the contents are.
Okay.
Anything about the ownership dispute?
Yes, I've got her affidavit. She states that she is the sole owner of the property, Daisy Andrews. I've attached to the affidavit the last deed of record and also survivorship affidavit, which verifies that she is the sole owner of the property.
But there was an open court case. That was in Judge Hawkins' court, or?
Judge Davis? Yes, and that's been resolved. There's no court order.
People were dealing with this.
Well, yes, they withdrew any petition to sell that property.
Just for the board, just to give a little background, there were three issues we had on this property. The first issue is there was an ownership dispute between, is that like stepsisters?
Right,
Okay.
correct.
There was another heir who made a claim to the property. The second issue that we had was there was a bunch of junk cars that have been parked there for quite some time that have been a problem for the city. And then the third issue is there was just some concern about Ms. Andrews and Mr. Riley's involvement in the business. Is Ms. Andrews capable of supervising the business as she does have some health concerns? And a couple questions about Mr. Riley's background and if that would have any impact upon the property and the business that would be operated there. So those were the three issues. And it appears, according to Mr. Kirsch now, we do have the first issue resolved about the ownership dispute between the heirs of Mr. Andrews, who used to be in the building contractor before, do you remember, Mr. Andrews?
Yeah.
His heirs, there was a dispute involved in courts. Apparently the junk car is going to be towed today?
Yes, they were scheduled to be towed Monday, and the person who arrangements were made to tow, they're an asset of the estate, the vehicles. He came Monday to tow them and indicated that he couldn't tow them until today. So I would have no problem if the issuance of the permit was conditioned upon the vehicles being removed from the property, or if you withheld issuance of the permit, because they are scheduled to be towed today. If they're not towed today, they're going to be towed off the property by Daisy Andrews the first of next week and disposed of. So I can assure you those vehicles are being towed. And Daisy Andrews is the sole owner of the property. She is not a mechanic, as I indicated. She will not be personally operating or doing the mechanical services, but in the affidavit, she notes under oath that she is responsible for all employees of the business. She understands that the city can withdraw the permit or revoke the permit if there's any illegal activity on the property whatsoever. And she just wants to get the business open so she can utilize the property for its best benefit. As indicated, she's already had the bathroom remodeled and the office remodeled inside. She's made arrangements to have the lot repaved by Eddie's Blacktop, and she's going to redo the front of the building to make it look nicer.
And then the only last thing was there were some concerns about Mr. Riley's background. And so, Mr. Riley, we just basically need you to assure the board that, what are you going to be doing?
Probably fixing time.
Okay. Do you have any experience in doing that?
Yes, I did it before I went to prison.
Okay. Just, because the city is concerned this is a business that's going to be open to the public, right?
Correct.
And we just want to make sure the public is protected and won't have any issues.
What kind of issue? What kind of issue would they have?
Well, we just want to make sure that this is not a chop shop. We want to
No,
make sure
I don't.
that...
I served my time, and so I haven't been in any trouble. That was 21 years ago. But no, but I'm not sorry. That was 21 years ago.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, those are just, does the board have any other questions or concerns?
I don't have any questions today. I mean, I would like to take this under advisement at least for a week. So
Wait and see
we
if the
can read
cars-
through this and make sure we understand it fully, on top of the explanation that Mr. Kirsch has given us today, if that's all right with you.
What's the property
Absolutely.
address so I can have code
6048-50.
6048-55?
Yeah.
Okay, man. And if you have any questions, feel free to call feel free to call me.
No, I just want to have code enforcement go past there and make sure that the cars are gone and there aren't any other code issues before we.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna recommend that we, take this under advisement till next Thursday, so we can fully understand, the scope of what we wanna do here.
Now, do you want
before we issue the
Mr.
permit.
Riley here, or do you want to just do something in writing?
No, I don't think they need to be here. I don't believe, I don't need them here.
All right?
Okay, I'll concur with your recommendation.
Thank you very much.
Thank
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Next, we'll move down to item A, request for advertising dates of June 15 and June 22nd with a bid opening date of July 6th for 165th Street pavement reconstruction resurface project, Summer to Kennedy. You want to recommend that we set those advertising dates and bid dates?
I recommend that we set the advertising dates and bid dates as read.
And I'll concur. Item B, agreement for professional services with SEH of Indiana LLC for a traffic study at the intersection of 169th and Kennedy. Do I have a recommendation to approve the engineering study? It's $30-some thousand.
Recommend we approve the, engineering study.
And I'll concur. Item C, change order number 1, received from Nice Engineering for the Carroll Street reconstruction project. This is an increase of $1,607.96. The original cost of the project was $580,000. What was the reason for the increase?
That's balancing change order.
Pardon?
It's a balancing change.
Oh, a balancing change order on the quantities? Do I have a recommendation approving the change order?
Recommend we approve the change order.
And I'll concur. Item D, correspondence received from Gatlin Plumbing and Heating requesting lane closure for Calumet Avenue at Sibley beginning Thursday, June 8th to Friday, June 9th to install a valve for the Hammond Water Department. Do I have, yeah, they started this morning,
Yeah, I recommend we approve the lane closure.
and I'll concur. Item E, correspondence received from Comcast requesting permission to perform work at 7927 New Jersey Avenue. It's an underground cable. They're going to be crossing 179th Street. And it looks like they're running, it looks like it's back in the alley. Do I have a motion? No, do I have a recommendation to approve the Comcast digging request?
Recommend we approve the digging request of Comcast.
And I'll concur. Item F, correspondence received from Antia Group requesting permission to collect groundwater samples at the intersection of Roxana Drive and White Oak Avenue between Monday, June 19th and Wednesday, June 21st. This is, I think there's some pipelines running through there. It's probably doing a study on that. Do I have a recommendation approving their groundwater sampling?
Recommend we approve.
And I'll concur. Item G, correspondence received from Councilman Scott Rakos allocating $6,660 for landscape restoration of the walking path at the park on 173rd Incline.
I recommend we approve, the councilman's request.
And I'll concur. Item H, correspondence received from Nice Engineering recommending Great American Landscape for the restoration of the Oak Crest walking path. Pardon? Oak Crest Manor walking path. Do I have a recommendation? For Great American Landscape? It looks
Yeah,
like you got
I
three
recommend
separate
we
ones.
approve.
And I'll concur. Correspondence received from Councilman Scott Rakos allocating $60,000 to the 2017 overlay program.
Recommend we approve the councilman's request.
And I'll concur. Item J, correspondence received from Councilman Anthony Higgs allocating $1,607.96 for the Carroll Street reconstruction project.
Mayor, he doesn't have to sign this, this is just coming from engineering, right?
Yeah, because this is money being spent on it.
What's that?
To see, it's just the authorization of funds.
Yeah,
All right, recommend we approve the councilman's request.
and I'll concur. Next item is item K, correspondence received from Councilman Scott Rakos allocating $209,265.20 for the Montana Avenue lighting project.
Recommend that we approve the councilman's request.
And I'll concur. Item L, change order 2 received from United Consulting for the Beach Avenue lighting project. And this is a decrease in the cost of the project of $13,046.14. This is a balancing one, too, where some of the quantities were less. Do I have a recommendation to approve the change order?
Recommend we approve the change order.
And I'll concur. Item M, correspondence received from Chief of Police John Doty requesting approval of Jesse Hammer and Michael Cicotelli being appointed as probationary members of the Hammond Police Department effective June 1st. Officer Cicotelli receipt of CBO specialty pay and disposal authorizations.
Recommend we approve the police chief's request.
And I'll concur. Item N, correspondence received from Fire Chief Jeff Smith requesting EMT1 Eric Wesley be transferred to Fire Service. EMT2 Michael Eichner promoted to the rank of EMT1P, and Private Anthony Smith promoted to the rank of EMT2P.
Recommend we approve the fire chief's request.
I'll concur. Item O, notice of violation, emergency order of demolition, 826 Drackert.
Is anybody here for the property? I'm sorry, could you state your name, please?
Delenia Brown.
Okay, are you the owner of the property?
Yes.
All right, Mr. President, I do have some photographs up there, hopefully, do you have them?
Yeah.
Okay,
The collapsed front porch?
right, well, it was the upper portion of the property, I guess we should call it the attic or the dormer, collapsed on Saturday, and we did have to have JM come out and remove it because there are occupied structures on either side, and it spread out rather than come straight down.
They don't have pictures before they,
The problem being is, now the property is in its present condition, and according to our code enforcement, which I may be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, there's no insurance on the property. So now we have a house that's partially collapsed in the middle of a residential neighborhood, and the board needs to decide what we're gonna do with the rest of it today. And Ms. Brown, obviously, if you have something to say, please say it.
yes. I have, an estimate from Atlas Construction that my house can be saved. This is their cleanup plan and,
Close-up plan, the first two parts, and, there's a construction plan after the cleanup plan and the close-up plan. We wanna keep the house, it's only 2 more years to pay off the house. Had a contractor going this morning. The house has been upgraded in a portion of the house, and it can be saved.
we have also from him.
Okay? Did they give you any kind of timeline?
They'd start, I guess, immediately because, the cleanup has to be done. It has to be, taken care of because of the condition now. And we personally wanted to start the cleanup, but we were told not to
Well,
touch
it's
anything.
a safety issue.
I understand.
It's not what
I
we're
understand.
So, I mean, if we certainly allow this to go forward, I mean, the reconstruction of the home, there's gonna be barriers in place to protect the neighbors on either side. I'm asking you that.
Oh,
That
yes,
should be
yes.
part of the,
Yeah.
It's actually sitting on, the house is sitting on the double lot. one side is no problem. But, one of the contractors said it's even better, because he can drop dumpsters, pull all the equipment and everything. He even told us, you know, pull the lift in, pull the roof all the way off the house. The only damage is, well, what was already wrong, and then the front porch ripped off, and then the living room. But all the rafters can be replaced, all the brickwork can be replaced, and the fireplace can be replaced.
I mean, obviously, it was a house that was built very solidly. Our only concern is we just don't want anybody to get hurt, you know, whether the neighbors get hurt or Ms. Brown and her family gets hurt, we don't want that. So as long as something is happening and we could set this over for status in a couple weeks and just see if there's been any progress.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to get it cleaned up and made safe, because right now, if you had a kid in there or something, you know, snooping around.
The house is actually locked up. You can't get in, it's not in the holes in the
Yeah, but
wall like that.
looks like you can climb in off the front.
You can't,
You,
unless you don't put a ladder up and go over the front door.
Yeah.
We'd actually put snow fences on the property.
This is the one, we're right down here, right?
Right.
yeah.
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 We had brought up, because of the nature of where the roof was sitting and the post that was holding it up, we had to bring in JM contractors to make the situation safe. What they did is took down the first.
Oh, so then it's safe now.
They took the front part down, a bit down, part of that, what the cleanup is because as they, to get position.
That's the debris in the front, right?
Pardon me?
That's the debris that's sitting in the front now,
Right.
it's fenced off with the snow.
And what he had to do was smash that
That's how it
down,
was when it
on top of
collapsed.
the-
Oh, okay.
But they tore the rest of that off, but.
Each portion of the roof.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
About 3 feet off, the exterior wall. It's, as it sits now, picture the roof is down, the front portion is down, it isn't that cleanup, but it is, got snow fence all the way around it.
But it was.
So you don't have any objection to giving them an opportunity to try to fix this?
Absolutely not.
How about maybe the 29th, because I've got municipal law seminar on the 22nd. So if we go to the 29th, that's 2 full weeks.
Okay.
Well, 3.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
And then we'll see if there's some progress. We just don't want anybody getting hurt.
Okay.
'Cause then
You have a
it'll
recommendation?
be like, why didn't the city not do something?
Okay.
I recommend we set this over for status to June 29th, to see where we are.
Okay. Thank
And I'll concur. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item P, contract for demolition services with Gary Material Supply in the amount of $12,000 for the demolition of 3342 173rd Street.
I'll be, but you gave me the card.
This contract is for $8,400. Do I have a recommendation approving the contract?
Believe me, we want,
Recommend we approve the contract.
so do I.
And I'll concur. Item Q, contract for demolition services with JM Industrial Services in the amount of $8,400 for 47 Mason Street. I think we reversed them, right? Were these reversed? This one here,
47 Mason,
this was 47 Mason.
400, right. The one before that was Gary Material Supply, 12,000.
For 173rd.
Nope.
Right?
We need one more. We're missing one.
Well, there's another one down here, R.
But I don't see it here unless it's, oh, it's being stuck.
It's not stuck to this one, right? What's this here?
Yeah, there it is, okay.
Okay, that's why we're out of
There
sequence.
you go. We have that.
Okay, so we got P, Q, and R. Maybe we should back up and redo P since we approved
Yes.
it for the wrong thing?
Yes.
Okay, that's for 3342 173rd with Gary Material Supply in the amount of $12,000.
I recommend we approve the contract for demolition services for 12,000.
And I'll concur. Item Q is a contract for demolition services with JM Industrial Services in the amount of $8,400 for 47 Mason.
Recommend we approve the contract for demolition services for Mason Street.
And I'll concur. And the last one is item R, contract for demolition services with JM Industrial Services in the amount of $57,725 for the demolition of 5640 Alice, 4346 Hickory, 6248 Jackson, 1408 Sherman, 662 Sibley, 948 Summer, and 235 Wildwood Road.
I recommend we approve the contract for demolition services with JM Industrial Services.
And I'll concur. Now that we got that straightened out, we'll move down to item S, rental registration hearing on property located at 1324 121st Street.
Richard McCann.
We have this property as 2 units, was registered previous years and for 17, but not registered for 16.
It's because I purchased the building, I was rehabbing it. I occupied the upstairs till I finished the downstairs. It was a building.
Was it rented in 16?
Not, well, not the first year I had it, no. I was rehabbing the whole building. I had electrical permits too. I had work done.
We do have a permit in 2014 when Mr. McCann purchased it. Was it October 14?
I don't know dates. I just know that I officially had rented it was last fall. I didn't think I had to register for last year because I was gonna register the following year since it was so late in the year.
Okay, so it was registered, or he did have someone in there in 2016. So he did register for this year. It's 2 units, as I said. So
So we're just looking at 2016 in your eyes?
yes.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna recommend we waive the late fee. You will have to register for 2016, both units, or were you in one?
I was in one. I rented the downstairs first and then actually, no, fall, I rented the upstairs. Then I rented the
So it's,
downstairs.
so
So
later
we'll
in
just
the
go
year.
both. If it's just with register,
Okay,
just to
all
make
right.
it easy, we'll just say.
$10,
Okay.
I recommend.
And I'll concur. Thank you.
Okay, thank you kindly.
Thank you.
You could do it after the meeting if you want to wait, get it straightened out. Item T, rental registration hearing on property located at 7520 Chestnut. Doug and Greg Jessup.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The house, my dad had these as rental properties. They were in a trust. My brother got the notification this year of paying for the registration. He came in to pay that registration fee. And I know somebody, I wasn't there present at the time. They said, oh, this hasn't been registered for the last couple of years. We hadn't gotten any notice of it, wasn't aware of it, up until we got the registration notice since it was put in our names last year.
Yes, this was registered from 09 to 13, and in 17, this is 1 unit. We've had the same tenant in there since 2012. As Mr. Jessup said, they just got hold of the property in 2015. We're looking at registration for 2014, 2015, and 2016. 1 unit.
14, 15, and 16. He's good for 17, I
He is good for 17.
Okay, gonna waive the late fee. You will have to register the unit going back for 2014, 15, and 16. I think 2014 was $80. So the total will be $90. I recommend.
And I'll concur. Thank you. Item U, rental registration hearing on property located at 16 Locust Street.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lawrence and Linda Chase. Morning.
Morning.
I've never been a homeowner, excuse me,
You've never been a landlord?
correct. And, no idea that I had to register,
So when did you start renting it?
just last year.
Just last year?
Yes, sir.
That is correct. We got 1 unit and now registered for 16 or 17.
Find any problems on the property?
No.
I would recommend that we please waive the late fee.
I recommend we waive the late fee, but you will have to register the unit for 2016 and through 2017. It is a single-family home, I take it?
Yes.
For a cost of $5 each year, or $10 total.
Okay, so,
You have to register every year between January and April.
okay, where do I do that?
Okay. At the end, she'll give you a card. And
Okay.
then you go.
Thank you. Did I
In January.
concur concur with your recommendation?
You did not.
I'll concur. Item V, rental registration hearing on property located at 7606 Southeastern, 6415 Grand, 1426 Summers, 6616 McCook, and 825 Bauer. Jose Garado. You own all those properties and you don't register them?
Well, I register every year, just, I forgot the deadline, and I came here a couple of days after, and
He's registered, I guess we can go by, let's see, 7606 Southeastern, not registered for 17. 6415 Grand, not registered for 17. 6616 McCook, not registered for 17. And 825 Bauer, not registered for 17. These are all one units.
Did you say 1426 Summer?
Not yet, he hasn't said that yet.
And 1426.
yeah.
I have that.
Yeah, 14, 26 Summer Street.
Okay, here we go. 1426 Summer, not registered for 17.
So 17 is the only year?
Correct.
They're all one units,
All one units? Correct.
so his registration history has been good,
Yes, he's registered previous.
and he couldn't register this year because he come in late, and you guys, I mean, it's required that he comes here. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna recommend we waive the late fee, but you will have to register all of them.
Yeah,
You know, it costs $5 for each one.
Okay.
For a total of, what, $5 today.
okay,
We'll take care of it after the meeting.
okay.
That's my recommendation.
And I'll concur. Item W, rental registration hearing on property located at 967 Reese. Pat Enright. Are you Pat?
No, I'm not. I'm Kyle. I'm here to represent her. She lives in California. I'm her nephew. I have a letter if you'd want it.
And this is, previous, it's a one unit, and it just wasn't registered for 2017. It was registered previous.
It has been?
Yes.
Okay, if you're gonna waive the late fee, you will have to register the unit, cost of $5 for 2017. We can take care of that after the meeting. That's my recommendation.
And I'll concur.
You got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item X, rental registration hearing on property located at 3433 163rd Street, 3303 175th Place, and 7348 New Hampshire Avenue. Paul Ferguson?
Yeah, he's in Florida. If he sends a letter, he just wants.
And who are you?
I'm Lois Hunt, a friend of his.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, we'll start off with 3433 163rd. This is one unit, now registered for 17. 3303 175th Place. This is one unit, not registered for 16 or 17. And 7348 New Hampshire, one unit, not registered for 17. They were all registered previous.
You probably wouldn't know why he missed registering them for this year, correct?
he said he said it was on his calendar, but he forgot.
They're all one unit?
All one unit, yes. One unit is goes for 16 or 17.
Okay, I'm gonna waive the late fee. You will have to register all, let's see, 1, 2, 3 units, at a cost of $5 for 17, with the exception of 3303 175th Place is 2 years, for a total of $20. Take care of that today. After the meeting.
And I'll concur. Thank you. Item Y, rental registration hearing on property located at 940 Chicago Street.
Anyone here for 940 Chicago?
940 was not registered, it looks like from 2014 to 2016, but both properties were registered in 17.
That was 940, you said?
Yes, 940. It's two
This
units.
isn't one of the properties that's being demolished for the road project, is it?
You know what, it could be, but they registered for 17.
You don't think so? It would have to be. Yeah, there's nothing,
Buildings listed as one lot.
nothing with a higher address than the 800 block, right?
The assessor doesn't show it 938. It shows both buildings being on the lots for 940. But our system had 938, or our system didn't have 938, but the house had 938 on it. And what came across is that both units were registered this year. Only
Not
one
last
was
year.
previous.
So they each have their own address?
And the buildings itself had their own addresses, but according to the assessor and our zone pro system, they're under one address, 940.
2 units total?
2 units total.
So they're both good for 2017?
Yes, they did register both for 17, but only one was registered previous years.
And are we looking at more years than?
Well, we're looking at at least 14 to 16, 2014, 2015, 2016, for one unit.
Or trying to say, but it's possible that maybe one of the one is registered as,
No, owner's not here.
Where, let's see.
Well, we have the owner as, living in Harrisville, Rhode Island.
Living where?
Harrisville, Rhode Island.
Right.
Oh.
There was a manager, some property manager that was trying to handle this.
Okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna impose one late fee. And then the units will have to be registered for 14 at $80 and 15 and 16 for $5. That's my recommendation.
And I'll concur with your recommendation. Thank you. Item Z, rental registration hearing on property located at 7424 Beach Avenue.
Anyone here for 7424 Beach? All right. This property is, owner, Richard White, out of Hobart, Indiana. He has one unit and it wasn't registered for 2016. It's been registered previous as well as 17.
So, everything's been good except the non-registration for 16?
For 16, correct. One unit.
Okay, waive the late fee. They will have to register for 2016 at a cost of $5. For 2016, that's my recommendation.
And I'll concur. Item AA, rental registration hearing on property located at 915 Lions.
15 lines?
You're getting backed up. You want me to slow down?
No, you're fine. This is gonna be a mess for me anyway at the end.
You gotta remember what,
Oh, I got it all written
Okay.
down here. And 15 lines, what's this one?
Good morning.
this is the last one anyway.
One.
What's your name, ma'am?
Vanessa Salter.
We have this as one unit. It was registered in 2012 and 2013, not registered in 2014, 15, or 16. Has been registered in 17.
One unit?
One unit, correct.
I'm just asking for a little leniency. I forgot.
We forgot for 3 years?
I did. I'm a new landlord and it completely slipped my mind.
Did she have ownership prior to 14?
Yeah.
How many years prior?
Start renting the house?
When did you
In
purchase?
13,
13?
yes.
She started renting in 2013.
Okay. Anything else?
There's no problems there, we haven't had any problems.
We're gonna have to go back in time, and you're gonna have to register the units for those years.
Okay,
I will waive the late fee, or we will waive the late fee, but you will have to register 2014, it was $80 at that time.
okay,
The year 2015 and 16 are $5 for a total of $90.
okay. Thank you.
That's my recommendation.
And I'll concur with that recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item double B, specific findings of fact and a decision on property located at 2936 Cleveland.
I would ask that the board please grant that appeal.
That's this one, right? Okay.
Yes, I recommend that we accept the specific finding of fact.
And I'll concur. Thank you. We'll move down to item double C, correspondence received from the Hammond Port Authority advising the annual 4th of July celebration will include a fireworks display, the Venetian Night Festival. Saturday, July 8th will also include fireworks display and request the Hammond Fire Department be notified. Are you notified?
Duly noted.
Okay.
I recommend we approve the correspondence from the Port Authority.
And I'll concur. Item double D, agreement to rehabilitate property located at 7149 Ontario. Do you have any issues with this, Chris?
No, I guess it came in without me seeing it. Yeah, that's the property that was one of the properties on the May 4th demolition list, and so the owner has entered a rehab agreement. I'd ask the board to please approve it.
I recommend we approve the rehab agreement for 7149 Ontario.
Is there some sort of letter with it?
Yeah, there's a letter on top.
Okay, I haven't seen it, but the rehab agreement I prepared, so as long as they didn't change it, it's fine.
So we have a recommendation?
Yes.
And I'll concur. Item double E, agreement to rehabilitate property located at 5948 Park Place, First Amendment. First Amendment means that we've already approved it, we're changing it?
We're just giving additional time.
Oh, okay. Do I have a recommendation to approve the rehab agreement?
I recommend we approve the agreement with the extension.
And I'll concur. Item double F, correspondence received from Chuck and Irene's Bar and Restaurant requesting the 2700 block of 161st Street between Marshall and Kennedy be closed to traffic from 10 a.m. to 12 noon to allow motorcycles to line up for the bike run for the Ronald McDonald House Charities.
I recommend we approve the closure.
And I'll concur. Next, we have double G, correspondence received from Mr. Buddy Fenney, Mount Zion Baptist Church, requesting Howard Avenue from Kenwood to the alley of the church be closed for a church picnic Saturday, June 10th.
I don't know if he's asking for anything to be provided. You know, like the barriers and stuff from the street department.
Well, that's probably what he wants. He's requesting Howard Avenue be blocked, so he's requesting it to be blocked, so I'm assuming that we need to send this over to Gary for
I
barricades.
recommend we send this to Greg Gleason over at Public Works and approve the closure.
And I'll concur. Item double H, garage sale permits. Boy, you got a bunch of them.
Well, it's gonna be 90 this weekend.
Like maybe 30? There's a lot there.
6:10 that Saturday. Pardon me?
Oh. June 24th. It just wasn't in the agenda.
That's okay, go back here.
It's too hot to have a garage sale this weekend.
Thursday.
That's what?
Knickerbocker. Oh, that must be the neighborhood bid. Okay. I recommend we approve the garage sale permit.
And I'll concur. Do we have any matters from other board members? I have one request from Dean Button. It's concerning signage changes on 137 Holman and Sheffield. Is there like a traffic pattern change as part of this, or just trying to clarify what's there now?
Just clarification of that intersection. There's been some complaints to residents to Councilman Kowalski about that location.
And these all meet the Uniform Traffic Control Device Manual?
Yes, sir.
Do I have a recommendation approving those changes and sending this over to Gary Gleason for implementation?
Recommend we approve the request, yes.
And I'll concur. Item, any other matters from other board members? Matters from other department heads or their representatives?
Good morning. As the board may remember, we have had two houses that were badly damaged in fires, 907 170th Street, 915 Michigan. We put them up for emergency demolition. I have 3 contractors that have bid on that. I request that we open these and maybe award whoever is lowest, or tabulate at least. I'd like to get these down as soon as possible. Adams Landscaping and Acton.
Are these emergencies or?
Emergency demos, correct.
This is 915 Michigan. And,
915 Michigan, 907 170th Street. 605 Roosevelt is,
So they're all sealed bids. The first bid is from Acton Contracting LLC, 1102 East Columbus Drive, East Chicago, Indiana. Their bid for 915 Michigan is $11,625. For 907 170th, $7,200 for the house and $2,500 for the garage and driveway. The next bid is from Adams Landscaping and Lawn Care Incorporated, 7001 West 108th Avenue, Crown Point, Indiana. Their bid for 915 Michigan is $18,200. For 907 170th Street, $15,200. The final bid is from JM Industrial Services Incorporated, 201 Marble Street, Hammond, Indiana.
you want to throw those together and send it down to me, or just, can we award it now? Okay.
For 907 170th, it's $7,400, and for 915 Michigan, it's $11,400. So who was actually the low bidder?
I mean,
What was 915 from Acton? I'm sorry.
From which one?
For Acton,
915?
on 915?
Adams?
Acton.
Acton, the
Oh,
first.
Acton, the first one. 915 Michigan was $11,625. So,
Lowest bid for 915 was JM at $11,400.
yeah.
And for 907, it's JM as well with a total of $7,400.
Yeah, because are they including, remove the footings and foundation, so the JM one includes the driveway?
Yes.
So it looks like JM is actually low on both?
Right.
I would ask the board, because of the emergency nature, to award these today. These are fires, both of them are fires.
I'll recommend that we approve the low bid of JM for both properties.
And I'll concur, subject to you guys double checking all the numbers, make sure I didn't miss anything here.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do we have any other matters from other department heads or their representatives? Any new business? Old business? Meeting's open to the public. Is there anyone in the audience who'd like to step up to the microphone? If not, do we have a recommendation to adjourn the meeting?
Recommend we adjourn.
And I'll concur. Meeting's adjourned.